Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you the fragrances that I wore for the week. And I have a lot of ones that I have not tried before, so I'm excited to share my thoughts with you on them. Yeah, bunch of niche. Woohoo! Okay, but before we get started, if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. You will not regret it. We're full of fun here, full of perfume adventures, and you need to be a part of it. And for those of you that are already a part of this awesome community, I just want to thank you. You guys are amazing. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the first fragrance that I tried this week is by Teo Cabanel, and it is called Saboom. Now my friend Janet gave this to me in the summer, and part of me is really sad that I didn't try this in the summer because to me it fits more with that total summer kind of vibe. It definitely has a salty kind of oceanic, aquatic feel to it with some beautiful sweetness and a hint of powder. The notes in this one on the top are sand, lily, and salt. Definitely get that salt and definitely get that kind of sweeter lily fragrance. Lily isn't my favorite note, but actually in this, I actually really enjoy it. It just kind of adds a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of softness to the salt. And then the middle is jasmine and rose. I don't really get any of that. So I don't notice rose at all in this. I mainly get that lily and the salt. And then in the base it has vanilla and immortelle. So although this has quite a lot of florals, what I'm getting from this is a very salty, oceanic, holiday vibe type fragrance. This would be in the same genre as something like a terracotta, bronze goddess, some fragrance like that, especially if it has something similar to, let's say, datura, like the datura flower, something like a frangipani yellow floral vibe. So this has that same feel. It doesn't smell like that. I definitely prefer something like Saboom over a bronze goddess, but I prefer terracotta over this. That said, it's really nice. Would I purchase a full bottle? I don't think so, but I'm really glad that I got to try this. I really enjoy like a salty kind of vanilla. I definitely prefer something like this though over a Juliet Has a Gun vanilla vibes. So that one has the salty vanilla. For me, this one is just more elevated, a little bit more sophisticated smelling. And I think probably it's because of that bit of lily in there. So this one is it's really beautiful. I don't know if I'd want a full bottle because I don't have a whole lot of need for a major aquatic holiday type vibe fragrance. Being I have terracotta, I've got Alien Eau Sublime, which gives me a little bit of that. I've got Olympia Aqua Legere, which has the salt and the ginger orange. So all of these fragrances are more that kind of holiday vibe. Terracotta, of course, being my favorite. So although this one is nice, I don't live anywhere really where I need a whole lot of those kind of holiday type fragrances. And I don't really go very many places where I need that vibe. That said, like if I were going to go on a cruise or something like that, I think Saboom would be amazing. And if you live in a warmer climate and you want something that's a little fresh, still gives you that sweet vanillic vibe, but the salt kind of tempers the sweetness, then definitely check out Saboom because it's really quite beautiful. The next fragrance that I tried out was Milk Plus by Commodity. So Hesse purchased this and she talked this up. She loved this fragrance. There's been a lot of hype around Milk Plus in particular. With Commodity, they've kind of made their fragrances into kind of like an EDP, a parfum, and an extrait de parfum. So depending on what you prefer, you can buy kind of different levels of intensity. I'm not sure if the notes are really different. I haven't checked it out a whole lot, but this one is the Milk Plus, so kind of the top as far as potency is concerned. And this is absolutely gorgeous. It's so warm. It's warm, it's sensual, it's inviting, it feels cozy. So it's a perfect fragrance for the cooler months for sure. So this definitely has a lactonic feel. It's got that milk note in it. There's marshmallow in it, white cedar extract and musk in the middle. Definitely get that hint of wood. It just smells really kind of decadent. So you know how sometimes wood, like a cedar, has a real richness to it? That's what you're getting in this. The musk just kind of makes it a little bit soft. Like I wouldn't classify this as massively musky, but definitely it lends to the softness. And then it has woody notes and amber. Now, when I smelt this, I thought to myself, it reminds me of something, and it gives me a very similar vibe. And to me, like, I don't see it on Fragrantica, but it does remind me of Kilian's Princess. So if you like Princess, this is similar enough that I don't know if you need it, but it's definitely gorgeous. So like if I'm not sure what the price range is on commodity, but if you're finding Princess hard to get a hold of, this one is a really nice option. This one is more woody than Kilian's Princess. You're not getting that matcha vibe, but this one, like I said, it's cozy, it's sensual. I really love the marshmallow and milk aspect in this one. So this is perfect for the warmer weather. I can see this being beautiful if you're spending a night in. Like, it's definitely nice, like a beautiful fragrance, so you could go out with this fragrance for sure. But to me, this is a fragrance that's sexy enough that, you know, just thinking about being with your significant other, building a fire, cozy, getting all snuggled up in a blanket. Yeah, Milk Plus would be awesome for that. So if you want a snuggle worthy Netflix and chill type fragrance, definitely Commodities Milk Plus. Awesome. Next, I wanted to try Genuine Noir again. Reason being, see, I smell it. And a wonderful subscriber, she knew that I was interested and was offering to trade. I gave it another try this week. I just love the smell of it on the cap. When I wear it, the first time I wore it, I really enjoyed kind of that powdery, sweet vibe that you get from this fragrance. It's just really soft, comforting, perfect for the cooler weather. So I tried this one again, and although it's beautiful, I really enjoy when I smell it. I enjoy that powdery quality, surprisingly. It smells rich. It smells very, very sensual again. Like, it's perfect for the cooler weather. So it's kind of cozy. The problem with this one was I got a headache. I don't know if it's from the fragrance, but then the fragrance kind of made me feel sick because of that. So even when I smell it, for whatever reason, it's hitting my head weird. So I think this is one that's going to be a pass, but I do think it's really beautiful, especially if you like kind of a little bit more of a powdery fragrance that has some depth. This is really, really quite gorgeous. Next fragrance that I tried is Sora Dora's Mandorley, or Mandorl. I imagine it's Mandorley. So this one, it's very, very beautiful. This fragrance is a bit more gourmand, but somehow it's a little more, like, you know, gourmands typically smell like super straight up food, dessert. This one is a little different. It's got almost a perfumey quality to it, probably because of the heliotrope that's in here, but it's very elevated. It smells sophisticated, even though it has a lot of gourmand notes. I would say the primary feel that you get from this is a vanilla. Now, it's got a ton of notes, so I'm just going to read them. It's got suede, tonka bean, rum, heliotrope, cashmere wood, vanilla, caramel, cacao, woody notes, and white musk. So what I primarily get is I get some of that tonka, definitely get that suede or leather feel from this. I get the musky kind of powdery heliotrope feel, and for sure the vanilla. It comes across as kind of a slightly powdery leather vanilla. And so I do like it. I don't love it, and it wouldn't be one that I would purchase. Although this one is nice, I've smelt a lot of vanillas lately that I prefer over something like this that gives me that vanilla suede feel. So this would be a pass, even though it's a really beautiful fragrance. If you've tried this one, weigh in and give your thoughts. I don't really notice the rum. Like I really love booziness in fragrances, and I'm kind of missing it in this one. So although this is nice and I can see a lot of people really enjoying it, it's not your typical vanilla. It's not too woody. It's quite, I think, classy smelling. And it definitely, to me, leans feminine. Even though it's got that suede in there. Mandorley would be one that I would pass on. What about you? If you've tried it, are you in love with it? If you have it, what are your thoughts? Please weigh in the comments. Next fragrance that I wore this week was London Funk by Vilhelm Parfumerie. Now, first of all, I am in love with these bottles. I don't know what it is about this bottle, but I just think it's absolutely beautiful. It's a little unique because it's small. It's actually the size of a hockey puck. So if you're Canadian and you love hockey, this is a great little, like, feels right in the hand. I don't play hockey, but my son does. I love the magnetic cap. I love the yellow and black. I just love everything about this bottle. But the fragrance inside. Now, this is another one. I got it in the summer. Thanks to Vilhelm Parfumerie, so thank you for sending this to me. It's definitely different, and it definitely isn't my normal vibe. I don't find this sweet at all. I find it to be more of a citrus fresh fragrance, and I would say it leans borderline masculine for me. Talking to my brother, who's mad. Anyway, my brother, who happens to be a guy, he found this really quite feminine. So depending on what your take is, I just find it's a little bit more masculine than what I am normally used to. That said, I wore it and I was surprised because I really enjoyed wearing this fragrance. I'm surprised because it's not my normal go-to scent profile. But I really enjoy exploring, and I really appreciate the artistry of this one because it is kind of different than anything I've ever smelt. It has juniper, basil, cardamom, and bergamot in the opening. Definitely get that bergamot hit. I definitely noticed that juniper. I get the basil idea, but not from, like, if you smelt actual basil. It smells a little bit green, so I noticed the aromatic aspect of that greenness. The heart is blackcurrant, bud, and driftwood, and again, when I think blackcurrant bud, it's not the blackcurrant like the actual fruit, it's more green. Definitely more green. I would never think of it as a blackcurrant, so I'm definitely picking up on that greenness. And then the base is vetiver, yerba mate, cedarwood, ambergris, and sandalwood. I definitely get a little hint of that ambergris, just more so in a softness, not necessarily in a saltiness. It's a very unique fragrance. It's almost, it borderlines on almost being tart, very fresh, much more green than what I'm accustomed to. And I'm looking forward to trying this in the summer because although it's very different, every time I smell it, I'm liking it more. So definitely a fascinating fragrance. It definitely, it gets kind of a low rating on Fragrantica. But again, I think part of that is because it's so different. So if you like exploring fragrances, you may be interested in sampling this. Definitely not blind buy worthy. I'm really glad I got to try it, and I'm looking forward to trying this more in the summer because I think that this would be really refreshing. Vilhelm Parfumerie, London Funk. One of the lovely women in our community, she goes by Blarg, she suggested Angel Share by Killian and Angel Muse by Mugler. So I don't have Angel Share, but I do have Angelic Elixir by Dua. So I wanted to try the two of them together, and oh my goodness, like this is an amazing combination. So if you have the dupe of Angel Share, something similar, this I find to be like, it's kind of a boozy apple cider fragrance. Definitely kind of decadent, very sweet, a little bit caramely, full booze, like full on booze with this one, with kind of an apple hit in it. So I find this one almost too sweet for my tastes, but pairing it with Angel Muse is kind of like quite a lot of patchouli in it. It's quite earthy, but then there's this hazelnut accord that's in this. Comes across a little bit like Nutella for some people. For me, I get the chocolate sometimes, other times I get kind of more of a sweet tea vibe. But although this one's sweet, I find that it's less sweet than this. The combination of the two, I feel like the Angel Muse just really grounds Angel Share Angelic Elixir and just kind of rounds it out, makes it just so decadent and delicious. It also lasts literally 12 hours on the skin. So if you want to smell like wearing this to like a sexy like New Year's Eve party or any kind of party you want to go to, or you know, where you want to smell all intoxicating and alluring, definitely this is a great combination. But it's also just plain cozy feeling. So I am in love with this. I wore it at least twice. Like whenever my fragrances would wear out, I'd put this on because I just love the combo so much. So if you've got these, give it a try. I just am absolutely in love with it. So that is it. Those were the fragrances I tried. I think out of all the new ones, definitely Milk Plus was the hit for me. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure I would buy a bottle just because I've got Killian Princess, and to me it scratches the same itch. That said, this is absolutely stunning. I would have to say that this is a little bit more of a grown-up version. Not that Princess is juvenile, but if you want something just a little bit more serious, a little bit more sophisticated, Milk Plus, so gorgeous. And then the major standout was my Angelic Elixir, or Angel Share, mixed with Angel Muse. They're both named Angel too, so it's a perfect combination. Thank you, Blarg, for suggesting this. Phenomenal. And I also really enjoyed Saboom. And like I said, if you've tried any of these fragrances, please weigh in and share your thoughts and experiences with them. To me, as a community, again, I'm the voice on the platform, but you guys can weigh in the comments, and it just helps people make a decision. Fragrance is so subjective. When you guys add your thoughts about your experiences with these fragrances, it definitely helps for people even to know whether they want to do a sample. So definitely weigh in. You don't ever have to agree with me. Yeah, perfume is subjective, and it's really great to hear other opinions. So that is it. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is a busy time of year. I very much consider it a privilege that you guys watch and give me some of your busy time. So thank you so much, and I hope you have such an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.